Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Hard Bastard telling you to watch P-Dog Night's 1000th episode. Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, on Rumble, on YouTube, wherever you want to watch. And check out his Twitter account as well, @PDogNight. And that's a hell of a thing. 1,000 episodes, that's a lot of episodes. He's doing great work out here, grinding, and absolutely fantastic to see him. And that is a major milestone. So definitely check it out. 1,000 episodes, Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern on the P-Dog Night channel.
Just want to say congratulations on your 1,000th episode. I love you very much and I'm very proud of you.
Well, I think that said it all. Yeah, congratulations, Dad. This is a huge accomplishment. Your whole family, all of us, we're so proud of you. This is just something that I think you've been building up to for a long time. And it makes me really proud to see you doing something that you love so much. I think that about sums it up. Love you. Congrats.
Bye, honey.
Hello, I'm Johnny Hellcat, and I just want to give a heartfelt congratulations to P-Dog on 1,000 episodes. Been watching since day one, and hope to continue on. Keep up the good work, and congratulations again.
Hey, salute to P-Dog Night. Congratulations on your 1,000th episode. It's been an honor and a privilege getting to know you and come on your channel. You always have an awesome discussion, awesome topics to hear about, enjoy the content. So congratulations on that 1,000th episode.
Hey, what up, P-Dog? I just want to congratulate you on a major milestone, bro. 1,000 episodes? Man! That ain't nothing to sneeze at. Anyway, I just wanted to show you some love because not only have you been a huge supporter of the Hoteps, but you've been a big inspiration to me, big fella. And I know that 2023, we ain't got nothing but fire coming down the pipe, bro. Salute. Congratulations.
Hi, P-Dog. Congratulations on 1,000 episodes of Morning Nights. I had such a wonderful time on your show, and here is to 1,000 more. Congrats.
This is Gabrielle Clark, and I'd like to say congratulations to P-Dog Night. The Morning Night Live has been bringing us the news and making us laugh for 4 years. 1,000 podcasts. That's a wonderful accomplishment. Congratulations.
Good morning. I just want to throw out a big congratulations to the Morning Night Live, hosted by P-Dog Night on his 1,000th episode. That's huge. Let's go. Hotep and build.
Congratulations on episode 1,000, Sir P-Dog. Here's the 1,000 more.
P-Dog Night. P-Dog Night, happy. Congratulations, your 1,000th episode. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. You've been a hard grinder on YouTube. You've been an inspiration for all. You know what I mean? We're lucky. The community is lucky to have you. Shout out to P-Dog Night. Here's to 1,000 more.
Hey, P-Dog. It's Maddie, and from Maddie and Ronan, congratulations on 1,000 episodes, dude. You lasted longer than I did doing the news, and I hope you have many, many more episodes to come.
He has, the name of his show is The Morning Night Live, and he's consistent. Like every morning, he right there. He got the takes. You know what I'm saying? He got the hot takes. I've been on the show a bunch of times, I believe. I know just recently. Yeah, so y'all gotta check that out. I had a chance to meet P-Dog. He came to HotepCon. Shout out to the good folk that came to HotepCon. It's a wonderful time. He's a giant. I don't know if people know that he's a giant. He's a humongous person. You see him like, yo, what the fuck, Shaq? You know what I'm saying? He's a humongous human being, but he's got a big heart too. You know what I'm saying? Got a real big heart. He's a real good guy. He's been supporting us for a really, really long time. A huge partner to the show over the past few years. So yeah, shout out to P-Dog Night and congratulations on February 10th. Y'all got to go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel February 10th, celebrating his 1,000th episode. That's lit.
Yo, what's up, P-Dog Night? It is I, Gothix, and I wanted to make a quick video to first of all say thank you for speaking logic and reason in a world that is very illogical these days. So I appreciate you using your voice and using your platform and joining in on the good fight. And also, I wanted to congratulate you on reaching 1,000 episodes. That's a big deal. That's a lot, all right? I don't know how you do it, but you know what? Keep doing what you do. Your voice is so needed, and I hope that there are many episodes to come.
Hey P-Dog, this is Charlie D'Angelo. I just wanted to wish you a happy 4 years and 1,000 episodes, brother. That's a big, huge milestone. And here's to 4 more years and 2,000 episodes. God bless and peace out.
This is Undoomed, and I would like to congratulate P-Dog Night on his 1,000th stream. Congratulations, buddy.
Hey P-Dog, 1,000 shows? Wow, amazing. Congratulations. I knew I liked you when YouTube started striking your channel. Anybody whose channel YouTube keeps striking is okay with me. Congratulations.
P-Dog, this is Christopher Marino coming at you at the Chris Marino on Twitter from the Pacific Northwest. I want to tell you congratulations on your 1,000th episode. It was an honor to be on your show in the past. I look forward to being on your show in the future. Keep going. Woo!
P-Dog, congratulations on 1,000 episodes, man.
Marty, my man, P-Dog Night. The marathon continues. 1,000 episodes. That's 3 zeros, people. 3 zeros. 1,000 episodes of the Morning Night Live. P-Dog Night, get it done. Hotep and build. Let's go. Here's to 1,000 more and 1,000 more and 1,000 more after that. Gentani, let's go. Peace.
The original lawyer dog, the Lord of Jurisprudence, P-Dog Night, congratulations on 1,000 episodes. The work you put into evolving your style and building your audience over the years really shows, and it's all thanks to your dedication, sincerity, and humor. All the best in 2023, and here's to 1,000 more. Take care.
What's good, yo? Cassius Cam here, wishing P-Dog a huge congratulations for his 1,000th episode. It's a guy who's been consistent, honest, and on the ball the whole time. Keep tuning in. Congratulations, P-Dog.
Hey, P-Dog. It's your boy Pat. I just want to say congratulations on your 1,000 episode, man. Like, wow, 1,000. That's a feat. That's an accomplishment. Yes. Here's to many, many more, and here's to many of me keeping on watching. Congratulations, man. Peace.
Congratulations, P-Dog, for reaching 1,000 episodes of the Morning Night Live. May there be 1,000 more at the very least.
Hi, this is Marcus from Aquarian Anarchy. I just wanted to take a second to say congratulations, P-Dog Night, on 1,000 episodes. You're a very valuable ally in the search for truth and freedom, and we appreciate you being out there educating folks and doing your best to bring us closer to freedom. Everybody out there, stay free.
Lawyer Dog, congratulations on 1,000 episodes. Here's to another 1,000.
To P-Dog Night, a toast to your 1,000th episode. My friend, I had a great time being on your podcast the other day. A fellow Minnesotan, a true gentleman, and a fantastic podcaster with a great radio voice. Brother, keep working it, and I hope your 1,000th episode goes swimming. Cheers.
Good morning, everybody. I don't know why that looks like that. That's weird. Hang on. What the hell is going on here? Good morning. Hi, happy Tuesday on the Morning Night Live. I'm going to fix this while we're talking. I don't know what the hell happened. Let's see if I can fix that. What is that? That is the background. No. That's the, what is that? Thumbnail. Why is the thumbnail so goofy? Huh? I have no idea. Let's see if we can fix that. That's not supposed to look like that. And let's try this. Poof. Hi. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm the guy that talks to you on these days in this station, channel, whatever you want to call it. And I got a lot of stuff to get caught up on. So apparently people have been trying to talk to Mayor Pete. And Mayor Pete has been cooperating. I don't know. Well, I don't say he's not cooperating, but he just doesn't seem to want to talk about some of the problems he's having. And, he, you know, as someone who's supposed to be the next big thing behind Joseph Rahim Biden and Kamala Harris, I'm not seeing many big things out of Mayor Pete. He's kind of messing up a lot of stuff in a job that probably shouldn't be all that, you know, strenuous, but it's just... it could just be a bad luck for him and whatnot, or it could just be that he's too busy, you know, breastfeeding his baby with the, you know, those sacks that you wear, you know, that men can wear so that they can pretend they're breastfeeding and whatnot. Anyway, that's not the only thing in the news, though. There's a whole bunch of stuff that just I saw trending this morning and a bunch of news stories. I didn't notice, too. It is Twitter Tuesday, so I did have to pull some stuff off of Twitter. And I didn't realize that they added a new section to Twitter called Top Articles. So I want to see what the top articles that people are talking about. We're not going to get into it real deep, but I do want to tell you what people are talking about. And then a few of the things, trending topics, and then we'll get into some news. I want to talk about the good mayor, and well, not the mayor. I want to talk about what's happening in Ohio, because it's not so much getting the wall-to-wall coverage that you would expect. I mean, someone this morning I was listening to, was it I want to say was it Sticks or somebody who was comparing it to Katrina, and this could be Joe Biden's Katrina. Because this is bad. It's really bad, but also, okay, people are describing it like like someone nuked a section of Ohio. I don't know if it's bad. Someone's calling it worse than Chernobyl. Some are calling it, you know, it's just bad. That's all I got to say. So we'll talk about that and much, much more. But for now, I'm just going to play the intro. Johnny, play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P. Dog Knight.
Yes, we are here. Welcome to Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet, and welcome back to the P-Dog Knight channel, where my thumbnail is just overtaking everything here. I don't get it. What did I do to make this happen? I have no idea. This is weird. So I'm going to fix that there, too. Hi. Welcome to the show. It is Tuesday, the 14th of February, 2023. Now, there's something significant about that. I can't remember. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. That's what it is. See? Oh, shoot. What am I doing? Why is this? What's going on here? Something's happening with my stuff, and I can't figure it out. Okay, that looks better, but that looks good there. It's going to be messed up at every single page, isn't it? Oh, wait. No, it's not, because I only have that on that section. Okay. Anyway, it's Valentine's Day. I don't know if you celebrate Valentine's Day. Lady Boomer and I don't. And not because we're not gleefully, blissfully in love and things like that, because we are, but we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We never have since we've been married, because our wedding anniversary is February 22nd. And so we've always kind of skipped Valentine's Day in lieu or in deference to our wedding anniversary. And this year, it will be our 30th wedding anniversary. Yes, we'll have been married 30 years. And we're excited about that. We're gonna take we kind of flipped trips. So for our 30th anniversary, we're going to San Diego, and just for a long weekend, just for a long weekend, okay. And we're just gonna hang out there. Actually, we're meeting we're gonna hang out with my mother, who has a timeshare in Oceanside. We're gonna hang out with her for a bit, and we're gonna go see my niece. We're gonna go deep sea fishing with my niece's husband. Hopefully, that's kind of part of the plan. And then just chill in San Diego. We might go. I haven't mentioned this to Lady Boomer yet, but we might go see a comedy show because Chrissy Mayer is doing a comedy show in San Diego that same time we're there. So hey, maybe we should go check her out. She's kind of funny. And, just chill. But really, our big trip really was, our point was supposed to be, we're going to go to Hawaii for our 30th anniversary. But just the way it worked out, we're going to Hawaii in August and going to San Diego here. So right after my wife's 60th birthday. So we're just we're not really saying one is for one and one is for the other. We're just going to do them both and say, well, this is what we're doing for our 30th wedding anniversary and my wife's 60th birthday. So that's what we're doing. So next week let's see, am I doing the show Thursday and Friday? May be iffy on the show. So that's a programming note, I guess. Let's toss a virgin into a crater to celebrate. No, we're not going to do that. Oh my gosh, the things I see in my chat sometimes. Anyway, so it's Valentine's Day. If you have someone you are, significantly othered with, then I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. What? Don't go. There's a note down here. Don't let Valentine's Day slip by without decorating your stream. What does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Oh, I see. Streamlabs was a bunch of Valentine's stuff I could have put all over my stream. I'm not doing that. It's not my thing. We don't do Valentine's Day. It's a great Hallmark holiday. If you're going to have a Hallmark holiday, it's a good one to have. But most people have an anniversary or, something that they celebrate as significant others, like the first day they met. And Valentine's Day is just one of those that makes people go out and buy a bunch of crap they don't need. So I just, we will celebrate our anniversary next week instead. So Stanhope sounds like a waste of a virgin. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, so let's say good morning and then get into the news because I'm a little late today. So let's get it going. First over in the chat on Rumble. Make sure you're subscribed to me on Rumble. First in chat is Avocados Diabli, who gets the bell. Also, good morning, Simon Wolfwood, TC, Mike Savage, Blarg, and that's everyone over on Rumble. But most of you are over here on YouTube too, because I see first in the chat on YouTube is Avocados Diabli, who gets the bell. Also, good morning, Somnambule Nation, Dr. Funkenstein's Ghost, who looks quite similar to Tyre Alexander. Also, what the hell why does that screen up? That's weird. This Streamlabs OBS is messing me up today. I think it's because I had that giant thumbnail picture up there, and I made a much bigger version of it, and it resizes everything. So I'll have to fix that. Anyway, also good morning to Tyler F, Simon Wolfwood, Rick Ashbringer, Grillin' Pirate Pete. Hey, nice to see you, my friend. Is stream really starting, or is he going to boomer it again and blame the computer again? I don't blame the computer. I fully recognize when I make mistakes. So there are times when the computer actually crashes, and it just is what it is. So also good morning to Rotten Corpse, Aaron Meredith. Let's see. I got to scroll here. Trippy Liberty's in the house. What's up? Special K on Acid. Hello, Maddie's in the house. Also good morning to... I said Special K on Acid. Good morning, Unacceptable Views. Good morning to my favorite Canadian, Jaeger Pony. Not to disparage Unacceptable Views, who's also one of my favorite Canadians. Also, good morning to Chicago Mike's in the house. Nice to see you. Did I say Lord Stanhope yet? If I didn't, I'm saying it now. Good morning, HP Lovecraft. Good morning to Gunfox61, the absolutely fabulous administrator of our Discord server for the P-Dog Night channel. Scribe Lights in the house. Dog Thrapple. Good morning also to Jim Beams here, and Balin Bobby's in the house. Nice to see you. Is that everybody? That could be everybody. Could be. Just maybe. I don't know. Is Rabbit, and Rodline are in the house too. So there you go. So just a reminder, you are excuse me. The Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please hit that like button. There's 23 people, only 8 likes. I know you're going to like it eventually, so why not just get it out of the way? Hit the like, share the stream. If you're watching on a replay, put a comment in the comment section. And you can sponsor the show in a much more substantive way at pdognight.live. That would be the Streamlabs link to donate to the show and get your words heard. You can do super chats too. That's fine. Or Venmo, Cash App in the description down below. There I go. That's the spiel. And what did I do with the commercial? I had a commercial. Did I ever do anything with that? I don't remember. I think I have something else queued up in place of the commercial, so I'm not going to play the commercial. So let's talk about what's happening in the world today. Something happened in the world today. I don't know what it is. So I just found this new section. It is Twitter Tuesday, so most of my news comes from Twitter, although actually most of it didn't today, because I had a theme I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about transportation issues, the train derailment in Ohio, and certain things that have been transporting themselves across our airspace that have been been getting shot down over our airspace. But there's a section in Twitter that I just discovered today, and maybe it's because I just haven't paid attention to the menu, but there's a new section called Top Articles. Now you can do top articles from people you follow, or top articles from people that the people you follow. So, for example, here is James Clapper. Let's see. James, can you read it here, or does it open a new window? Oh, it opens a new window. Does it? Yeah, it keeps this open. Okay, that's interesting. So, the top articles of the people I follow that are talking about. James Clapper says letter about Russian links to Hunter Biden laptop saga was distorted. So I saw this article yesterday. Former Director of National Intelligence for President Barack Obama is blaming Politico for the distortion, quote unquote, of a letter signed by more than 50 ex-intelligence officials that had baselessly claimed Russia's involvement in the Hunter Biden laptop saga. So what he's saying is no. What we did not say that was a Russian disinformation, project. We said it could possibly be a Russian disinformation campaign. Joe Biden's 2020 presidential campaign manager quickly dismissed the laptop story as Russian disinformation after the New York Post emails belonging to his son Biden called the story garbage and part of a Russian plan during an October 2020 debate with then President Donald Trump. Biden said at the time, quote, "There are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plan. They have said this has all the 4 or 5 former heads of the CIA. Both parties say that he's a bunch of garbage." Or what he's saying is a bunch of garbage. Now, he was referring to the Politico report about the letter in an article titled Hunter Biden's Story is Russian Disinfo. Dozens of former intel officers say the title. Now, James Clapper says the title was a bit misleading because the letter never directly called the story Russian disinformation. And so James Clapper's complaining about the headline because there was a message distortion, Clapper told the outlet. All we were doing was raising a yellow flag that this could be Russian disinformation, not that it was Russian disinformation. See, when a 50 former intelligence official tells you something could be Russian disinformation, we're not trying to change the plot. We're trying to just give you just a gentle warning that all 50 of us wanted to make sure that none of you thought that this laptop had any validity or whatever. We weren't trying to say that it was Russian disinformation. It just could be Russian disinformation. Are you buying it? No. Anyway, other things people are writing. Oh, hello, Chicago Mike. Chicago Mike. Guess what? You are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Thank you, Chicago Mike. Maybe we'll do some music during these today. Let's try this. There we go. No, that's not it. That's not music. Let's try this. There we go. Here. Oh, that's really loud. Holy yikes. There we go. Now, Chicago Mike, dropping a big bullet in the tip jar, says, this episode is brought to you by Airbnb. If you want to visit a city and need a place to stay, then try a hotel, as we are part of cancel culture, and not only will we cancel your account, but we will cancel anyone who has once associated with you. So, thank you, Airbnb. Stop the music. All right, thank you. Mike, did that happen to somebody recently? I'm not really sure. Who did that? I know that I guess I haven't. Is that a breaking news story that I haven't heard about? It's possible. It's possible. Okay, thank you, Chicago Mike, for sponsoring the show. And you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. There you are, right there. See, Mike? See ya? Okay, so let's see. Also, one of the articles that people I follow is pushing is a controversial activist Eliza Blue is set to debate content moderation at Austin Free Speech Festival. Oh my goodness, that should be special. So is she going on the pro censorship side of things? That's what Defango says. Oh, that's cool. If you click the article, it tells you what people are saying too. So is she going to be the pro censorship side of things? Fair and balanced. Do they rescind her invitation? Does she back out? Either way, lots of heads will spin and eyes will roll. Myth information. What is that? Milwaukee says this is going to be wild. Interesting. Let's see. Let's check out the article. We'll just read the beginning of it. I like this section. I have not seen this section before. I'm going to react to it live. Blue redefined the concept of being trafficked to include having others share photos of her online that were from publicly available video, a publicly available video performance she seemingly willingly gave and publicized. By the way, someone just found a blog that Miss Eliza Blue used to keep when she was known as Eliza Knows. And apparently the blog they had article, several postings in it called "How to Become a Video Vixen," thoroughly documenting her interactions and attempts to become a video vixen with World Star Hip Hop and other video music video creators, whatever. And it's just the crap just keeps rolling in. Anyway, this is at the Minds Festival? No way. No, you're familiar with Minds, right? Minds.com. Minds Festival is hosting Eliza Blue on a panel about content moderation at their upcoming Austin event. Blue made headlines recently when she was accused of censorship in the wake of the Twitter suspensions of prominent YouTubers Brittany Venti and The Quartering. The live event, slated for April 15th at Austin's storied Vulcan Theater, will feature many notable names in the commentary free speech movement, including Peter Boghossian, Daryl Davis, and Jack Prosobiec. But Blue is recently a new voice who focused on speaking up against human trafficking. The celebrity she gained after speaking out about human trafficking, claiming that her empathy for the victims was based on her own experience having been trafficked, quickly turned to notoriety when she used her purported victim status to censor others after Elon Musk took over Twitter, blah, blah, blah. We all know this story. But I'm amazed that she... Okay, let's do a poll. This is definitely a poll-worthy event, and I don't mean for Eliza to dance on. Let's do a poll. Hello, Now What? What's up? That's my friend from high school. Love me some Wendy. And also, good morning, Shrapnel. Nice to see you in the chat. And anyone else show up that I didn't been paying attention to? Nope, you're all here. Okay, let's do a poll because... and not P-O-L-E, P-O-L-L. Will Eliza, let's see. Should I say should you back out of the event? Back out of the censorship event. Okay, well, she back out as one of the panel on the censorship event. I just put censorship event. We'll leave it at that. There we go. All right, so there's our poll. And again, not a poll for Eliza to dance on. Other things on this. This is an interesting list. I'm going to use this more often. This is pretty cool. I like this section. Analysis. Hunter Biden laptop claims of Russian disinformation. Yeah, that's about the letter. Emergency crews respond to deadly trail derailment in the Splendora area. Now, where's Splendora? I'm not sure where that is. Let's see. Because there's more. It's like now we're hearing about all these train derailments. Is it oh, this is the one in Houston. Okay, yeah, this was because there was a vehicle on the tracks. Do I want to send push notifications? No, I don't want push notifications. So emergency crews responded to a train derailment in the East X Freeway in Splendora area. The Splendora area, that's in Houston. Monday morning, according to Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, East Montgomery County Fire Department reports a man driving an 18-wheeler involved in the crash with the train died. This happened at 7:30 a.m. along the tracks of Midline Road. Texas Department of Transportation said the East X Freeway is back open, heading north in the area after being closed for a few hours. Now, it's interesting it closed a freeway. Oh, because it's right next to the... Is that the freeway? Oh, no, it's not a freeway. What is that? Anyway, so that wasn't necessarily something that Pete Buttigieg and the Transportation Department would have necessarily a regulation over, other than the damn truck was on the tracks, and that was unfortunate loss of life there, and shows several of the rail cars on the track. There's the photo right there. Should we listen to the KHOU report? How long is this? 34 seconds. And it's not playing. Okay, it's just this is just video of the footage of the area. Oh, great. Now everyone's going to lose their shit by noticing trail derailments that happen pretty frequently and make a huge issue of them. Yeah, maybe, although train derailments are, well, they're as, well, I probably shouldn't say that because that would not have been a good taste, so I'm not going to say it. Okay, they're probably as infrequent as police shootings. But anyway. No, there's less than one a day. It's a year. So yeah, they're starting to notice train derailments though, right? I got your point. Because in fact, there's another one here. Official responded to train derailment in Erie. So this is somewhere in which one of the Carolinas? Let's see here. That people are talking about. Is this okay? Here we go. Officials clean up train derailment in Erie. And this is Erie, South Carolina. Officials are called to clean up a train derailment in Erie Monday afternoon. Officials said the crash happened near Highway 221. CSX Transportation are also on the scene. So that is that was late yesterday afternoon. So yeah, now we're noticing all the train derailments. And then also the witch trials of J.K. Rowling. People bitched about J.K. Rowling and her stance on well, here, let's see. Oh, I forget. You can click this and see what people are saying. Witch Trials of J.K. Rowling, new podcast hosted by Megan Phelps, coming February 21st. Last year, Rowling responded to a letter I wrote her. I asked if she'd be part of a conversation seeking to understand her perspective and those for critics. She is very critical of trans people in women's spaces. Here's J.K. Rowling herself mentioning it. I agreed to sit down with Megan because having read her wonderful book, Unfollow, I thought the two of us could have a real interesting two-sided conversation, which might prove constructive. You can listen and find out. So that sounds interesting. Analysis, Hunter Biden laptop, emergency crews respond to train derailments. So there's a lot about the train derailments. Schumer sends the View into chaos when asked about Biden running again. Uh-oh. What's this one? Chuck Schumer was on The View yesterday. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer spoke directly Monday about President Joe Biden seeking re-election in 2024 as his approval numbers have been going in the shitter. That's not what it says here. Hi, Next Gen Troll. Hi, Jimmy Das Hotep. Good morning, my friends. So let's see. Let's watch this clip. This is probably going to be pretty good.
Senator, President Biden's State of the Union doubled as a soft launch for 2024, and President Biden has made historic accomplishments, which you were speaking to,
support him or
in
not?
job growth, healthcare,
Now
infrastructure.
look, whoa!
News poll,
What? Look! Did you see that look on Chuck's face? Does Chuck look excited about this prospect? Watch Chuck's face. Look at this.
Accomplishments, which you were speaking to,
Watch Chuck's
in
face.
job growth, healthcare, infrastructure.
Did you see that? His little switch of the eyes there going, oh, you had to bring this up, didn't you? You bitch. You had to bring this up. Hi, Data Wasteland. You had to bring this up, didn't you? He does not look happy that she's asking him about Biden's prospect for running in 2024. All right, let's see what he says.
But an ABC News poll, I know, earmuffs, whoopee, says that the voters are even less enthused about Biden running again than Trump. Now, can you explain the disconnect between what we are seeing in the successes and what the polling?
What successes? Wait, did she said? I'll tell you about the success as soon as I get to the news, but this is interesting.
Yeah, I think first you can't always believe polling.
Thank you.
Thank you what? Thank you what? What are you talking about? You can't believe it. Thank you. Oh, good Lord.
First, you can't always believe polling.
Thank you.
Hey, there was a poll in 19...
Because these women think that Biden is the greatest thing. God, I gotta go a long way back. Since the wheel, okay? Because I think Joe Biden was there when they invented it. Anyway.
83 that said Ronald Reagan would get clobbered. And, of course, he won a huge victory.
Really? Sorry, Chuck. I don't remember that. In fact, that was the first time Reagan was extremely popular in 83 and 84. Okay, 83? Oh, because things, okay, maybe. I'm thinking 84. He crushed everybody. He crushed the, anyway.
But second, I think part of it is that we now have to make sure the American people, they've read what we have done.
Yeah.
But they haven't seen it.
Oh, they've seen what you've done, though. They've seen it at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And this second year is going to be a year of implementing, getting the good things that we did out. Like, let me tell you two things that are just starting. Anyone over 65 will only pay $35 for insulin.
You know, before Joe Biden came into office and he changed the executive order that Donald Trump did, they'd already taken down drug prices, particularly for seniors, Medicare, whatever. And Joe Biden executive ordered that right out of the water, right? And so, now then they come back. Oh, here we come to save the day. They did their little is it Underdog that does something like that? Anyway, and now we're the saviors because seniors will only pay $35 for insulin. Well, do all seniors take insulin, Chuck? Chuck, you smarmy prick. I'm sorry. Anyway, I accidentally pulled that all the way back here. Let's go back to where Chuck.
65 will only pay $35 for insulin.
Gee, what percentage of people over 65 take insulin? Okay, so
huge thing to people on diabetes.
For people. Oh, but if they. Okay, let's see. Maybe we have a. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm going too long. Hello, Jim Neighbor. How you doing? Mighty Mouse. That's right. Not Underdog. That's Mighty Mouse. Yes, here I come to save the day. Anyway, all right.
I've read about it 6 months.
Wait, Jim Neighbor. Well, my, or something like that. What does he say? What did Jim Neighbor say when he was Gomer Pyle? Well, golly, something like that. I don't know. I'm an old TV buff. I'm not old enough to have actually seen the show when it was on. It was reruns when I was a child because they still played reruns when I was a child for different shit like that. Anyway.
Shingle shots. For those of you 55, get a shingle shot. It used to be a lot of money. Yeah. Free.
I just got mine.
No. If I could get a shingle shot right now if I wanted to, and it wouldn't cost me because my health insurance covers it. So what are you talking about? Come on, Chuck.
There you go.
Yeah.
One other thing, we're going to implement all this. So, for instance, we had the most massive infrastructure bill ever, but no one saw it yet.
Yeah. As if infrastructure isn't has been constantly worked on my entire freaking life. Have you ever, again, I ask the same question every time they talk about their massive infrastructure bill. Have you ever gone a summer where there's not highway construction? That is your infrastructure bill. Have you ever gone a summer where they're not upgrading bridges? That's all part of infrastructure. Infrastructure is something they pass every time they pass, if a new Congress or pass new bills, infrastructure is part of it. Okay. Now, are they spending more because they're adding charging stations, which is not even a government function. They're adding, what was the other one? There was one thing that they said infrastructure had something to do with schools or something. Well, no, not schools. I can't remember what it was. Anyway.
Yep. Now came up from Washington to New York with the president, and we put in the first ground for Gateway, that big tunnel, and everyone in New York said, "Oh, it's real. People are going to see throughout the country their bridges."
Oh, are they doing a big dig in New York too? Oh, good Lord. Yeah, this they need. Anyway, so Chuck's excited they're spending money. I'm done talking about it. Anyway, I like this section on Twitter now, though. Having new stuff. Steve Bannon, I suppose, is Major Biden's secret. House Republicans found it. Supreme Court steps up with a huge update on landmark election case. Democrats are freaking out. Pandemic youth mental health toll unprecedented. Oof, that's AP News. The pandemic took a harsh toll on the U.S. teen girls' mental health, with almost 60% reporting feelings of persistent sadness or hopelessness, according to a government survey released Monday that bolsters earlier data. Well, part of it is because they keep trying to tell them they're not really girls. Sexual violence, suicidal thoughts, suicidal behavior, among other health woes, affected many teens regardless of race or ethnicity, but girls and LGBTQ youth fared the worst on most measures, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention report. So, and they're going to blame that on laws that are being passed to not allow medicalization of trans kids, so to speak. I bet that's what they're going to do. So anyway, I'll leave those articles up. This section. I'm going to have to pull news from this section more often. All right. Let me read this real quick. Thank you, Chicago Mike, for sponsoring the show again. Greatly appreciated. It says, in Chicago, we have 2 seasons, winter and construction. Hey, that's just like it here too. But we had this one project. There's 35 splits in the Twin Cities. 135 we called 35W, goes through Minneapolis, and then the other half splits and goes 35E goes through St. Paul, and then they meet back up north of the Twin Cities, right? So both towns can get freeway traffic efficiently from the south and the north. So there was this project going through where 35 meets 94 and just south of there that went for 7 years. And it was just like this, where they're redoing a bunch of, they call it the Spaghetti Junction, where all these interchanges were going like this, and they kind of streamlined them. So there's maybe 5 now instead of 22. Anyway, that project took forever. And then they did one on, everywhere you go. I used to travel a lot in the summers because we traveled by car when I was teaching cheerleading camps back in the 80s. And there was construction every summer. It's not new. But boy, oh boy, they have come to save the day, just like Mighty Mouse, not Underdog. Okay. Anyway, thank you, Chicago Mike, again. All right, should I get into stuff that I plan on talking about today? I mean, I haven't gotten to that yet. By the way, real quick, thank you to the people who have sponsored the show. Gomer with a podcast is triggered, someone says. I don't even know who that is. Reading Doggerel something. Anyway, thank you, Jimmy Das Hotep and Grill and Pie Repeat, TC, Somnambule Nation, all the people who tweeted out the show. That really helps. I appreciate it. Oh, a whole bunch of other people. W. Green, who's Dr. Kern. I don't know who that is. Ann Morris. Why all these people? I don't know who Ann Morris is. That's a new name. Connie Supercoop. Ray Stone, who has a hate camel. Who are all these new people retweeting my show? I love it. and of course Tyler F, Simon Wolfwood, and Banks. So I appreciate all you retweeting the show. Let's see what I got here. 29 people here. Let's see what people over there. Got 19 watching over on Rumble. I like it. It's good. Good thing. All right. Let's here's other things that were trending this morning though. I'm going to try to get through this and actually get to what I was going to talk about today. So here we go. Inflation. We got the inflation numbers. And here's a little clip from CNBC on the inflation numbers. Maybe play. Boomer check.
The January read on the Consumer Price Index, headline number expected to be up 0.5% delivers exactly that. Wait. Up 0.5%. And we know that minus 0.1 originally released for December was modified a week ago with benchmark revisions up 0.2 up 0.1%.
All right, so that's just month to month. When they were claiming that inflation was going to be, I think it was a little bit above the estimate inflation. We all know that U.S. inflation cooled slightly to 6.4% in January, down from 6.5% in December, and the high of 9.1% in June. But on a monthly basis, inflation rose 0.5% in January. This is a pickup. Overall, rent, food, energy are driving a lot of inflation now. So when they say, a lot of times they go, so month to month is going to be different than year to year. And so when they say 6.5% or down 6.4%, it probably is because last January it was up higher. So when you combine a couple of years, we're still not seeing prices go down. The overall consumer price index climbed 0.5% in January, the most in 3 months, and bolstered by energy and shelter costs because some of the gas prices came back up. Egg prices were up really crazy, but they're back down again. I went and bought eggs yesterday and they were much cheaper than they were a month ago, but that's, again, they're talking about the last month, and that's whatever. All Gomer catchphrases. Oh, I got you. Let's see. So in the core CPI, let's see. Nobody seems to care about core CPI being down negative 0.1% since last something. This is somebody who can't write. You want another 5% for another 5 months? Because at this progress rate, it will take ages. I don't know what that means. Consensus estimate was 6.2%. Headline just in is equal or greater to 6.4%. Whatever, core CPI 5.6%. I'm just spouting a bunch of numbers now because no one could write a complete sentence here. Here is the same data, core CPI. Oh, I hate when they use this kind of a graph. This graph starts at like 7 and ends down here at 3, making it look like it's going down to nothing. Inflation is trending down and came in at 4.6% in January. Well, it's up back to 6.4% in now. So I don't know what that means. So a lot of people, core CPI rose 0.41% in January. Housing continues to be a dominant factor. So if anyone can interpret what I just said, good for you, because I sure as hell can't. Anyway, it's up 0.5%. And the core is just slightly down, but the month to month is up, meaning that, which is not, and that's a higher up month to month than it has been for a little while. Okay, capiche? All right, let's move on. What else was trending today? Oh, MSU Storm. So there was this another Pew Pew event at at Michigan State University. So a lot of people are talking about that on Twitter. Now this is weird. So the recording says the left never talks about gun control every weekend when 100 people are shot in Chicago. I wish people stop. Look, I know that crime is big in Chicago. Okay. And there's always something happening in Chicago, right? And a lot of core cities. But they do talk about gun control in Chicago. They have the strictest gun control, and it doesn't do shit for them, right? Same when the mass shooting happened over in Los Angeles, the 2 in a couple days, right? That doesn't do anything for them. The weird thing about this one, and not weird, it's because it's actually far more common, but so a lot of people are coming out with their, like for example, this one, Stand for Better, .org. Parkland, Sandy Hook, Columbine, now Michigan State University. Republicans in Congress wear AR-15 pins on their lapels while they line their pockets with cash from the NRA. Today's Republican Party doesn't give a damn about you. You know what's interesting? This shooting in Michigan State was done with a handgun by a, let's just say, not the typical response of type of person they expect it to be. Meaning more like me, right? And what's interesting, when they did the all points bulletin, they didn't mention that part. They just said they're looking for a male this height, and that was it. Okay, which pretty much 80% of the school would have qualified for. So, but look, you feel awful for the people who are at Michigan State. In fact, this person says, today, families and friends of the shooting victims are waking up to a new life they never saw coming. This devastation happens 111 times every day in the USA. Well, no, it doesn't happen 111 times every day in the USA. It's not at a school. The ripples of gun violence affect us all. It's up to us to change it, sending love. Then let's get people... look, I agree we need more mental health issues, but this is not from the guns. This is from the people doing this, and believe me, they're using this as a platform to talk about assault weapons when this was a handgun. But anyway, we're at MSU. The pain is fresh. The students are frustrated. We're live on Fox 17 all morning with updates on the shooting that left 3 dead and 5 critically injured. And it just happens to be on the anniversary, I think, is it the anniversary of Sandy Hook? So, but it's real weird that they're, we already know that this wasn't an assault weapon. It wasn't, what they would say is your typical mass shooter. This is someone who didn't have any ties to the Michigan State community. Video from Facebook showing Michigan State University students fleeing active shooter. And again, you see something like this. Okay, this does not represent anything. If you can find me an NRA member in this country that has committed a mass shooting, let me know. We all must restrict access to firearms. That's over and over and over here. So anyway, it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating it happens, and you're not going to remove guns from people in the United States of America. It's not going to happen. But anyway, Gretchen Whitler was making a statement. And let's see, what is this? Now Gretchen church school in fear, but almost 3 years she used fear to shut places down. So here's, apparently this was her talking this morning, I believe. They had a press conference. Here's Gretchen Whitler. Whitmer. I keep saying Whitler. Hello, that dude. How you doing? MSU shooter only had a pistol too. Yes, yeah. And by the way, welcome to the show, that dude.
It's a shooting at an elementary school in Uvalde. And looking back at a year marked by shootings at grocery stores, parades, and so many other ordinary, everyday situations.
Wait, at parades? Well, whoa, what was that? Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, here, I'll turn that down for a second. You know what? I'm going to see if there's a better, there's got to be better video of her talking. Let me see if I can scroll through one. Here's one. Here's Gretchen Whitler and what she had to say.
We're all broken by an all too familiar feeling. Another place that is supposed to be about community and togetherness, shattered by bullets and bloodshed. We know this is a uniquely American problem. Today is the 5th anniversary of the Parkland shooting.
Oh, Parkland.
We're mere weeks past the Lunar New Year shooting at a dance hall, and a few months past a shooting at an elementary school in Uvalde. And looking back at a year marked by shootings at grocery stores, parades, and so many other ordinary, everyday situations, we cannot keep living like this. Our children are scared to go to school. People feel
part of it is we publicize these to the hilt in certain situations, and we're making it sound. If you're making it, these are, even though we hear about them constantly, these are news stories because of the phrase, if it bleeds, it leads. And they get round the clock coverage on the 24-hour news networks, and every head story is going to be about this. In fact, as I was on break at work this morning, and it was on the TV there. This was her talking. But I think in reality, if you think about, these, I'm sure these happened when I was younger, but I just didn't hear about them every day. You didn't hear about it on the 24-hour news channel. You didn't hear about it as soon as you woke up on Good Morning America. You didn't hear about it on This is CNN every hour of the day for 4 days. In some situations. Now, of course, if it's depending on demographics, it may not, you may hear about it the first time and then it's gone in 24 hours. The one in California, they stopped talking about it about 24 hours afterwards because it didn't meet the narrative that they wanted to push in a state where that has the strictest gun laws. But so I think as much as we, it's just like police shootings too. Police shootings are pretty rare when you put them against the number of police interactions. But when they happen, they're huge news, 24-hour cycle, depending on the demographics of the people involved. So if you're like me, and you would think I would be in great danger every day just leaving my house if I have an encounter with a police officer, because they make it sound like if I have an interaction with a police officer, I'm going to die. And yet I'm here, and I've had interactions with police officers. Usually it's not because I'm, not in the case of where they're coming for something like I'm doing something super illegal. I might be stopped by police for a car, but even then they think if I get stopped by the police, I'm in danger. When in reality, hey, how you doing, officer? You having a good day? Here's my license. Check it. Go check it out. Why is my phone ringing? I need my phone to stop ringing. Hang on. I need to stop that. Can't do it. There we go. So I don't know. It's again, when it bleeds, it leads. And so here's let's see what else she says here. We'll just
unsafe in their houses of worship or local stores.
Yes, you are.
Too many of us scan rooms for exits when we enter them.
Well,
and many of us have gone through the grim exercise of figuring out who our last call would be to.
Okay, so and because it's Gretchen Whitmer, you know that she's going to start pushing gun legislation in Michigan, probably having to do with assault weapons, even though there was no assault weapon involved in this particular case. It's, it just sucks, though. It all sucks. Anyway, real quick, thank you, Jimmy Das Hotep, for sponsoring the show. And Jimmy Das Hotep, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day, who says, it's funny that Texas doesn't have mass gun issues on campus since they have allowed concealed campus carry since 2016. These people are disingenuous liars who love death like this. They just want the government to be the only ones armed. Yeah, I think you're pretty much right there. Also, good morning, Jay Pylon. What's up, brother? Oops, there we go. All right, so that's why Gretchen Whitmer is trending. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, I think this might be the most important story of the day, beyond what I was supposed to talk about, which I may never get to talk about at the rate I'm going. Gird your loins, people. Gird your loins. We have a new person who's announced that they are running for president of the United States. Yes, that would be Mrs. Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley's running for president. I said Nikki Haley is running for president. Hello? Hello? Okay. Here's her announcement. Oh, it's 3 minutes long. I'm not even go 3 minutes.
The railroad tracks divided the town.
Oh, gosh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do you really think that it was well, she didn't plan this, but this is what happened. Do you think she really wanted her, as of today, do you think perhaps she would not have wanted her message that she's running for president start with the words, the railroad tracks? Ooh, that's some bad timing.
By race. I was the proud daughter of Indian immigrants. Not black, not white. I was different.
She was really
But my
different.
mom would always say your job is not to focus on the differences, but the similarities.
Okay, here's my problem. Okay, I'm gonna just leave this for y'all to find on your own because there's music in it, and I don't want one of those stupid copyright claims. It takes all the, the nickels that I would have gotten from this particular stream. But anyway, Nikki Haley's running for president, and the world has rejoiced, or not. Okay, and then the last thing trending is Soledad O'Brien. Now she is, I don't know what happened to Soledad O'Brien. Somewhere along the line, somebody heard her. She used to be a pretty popular news reporter for NBC News, but now she just seems to like to say things that Soledad is she's an interesting person. She's a person of melanated variety like myself. Although she's, you probably didn't know it unless someone told you that, because like myself, she's very light skinned. Okay. And so she's been really been engaged in being a person of melanated variety in the last few years. And the fact that she likes to say sometimes incendiary things. And so Marjorie Taylor Greene said something stupid, which is, it's about 50% of the time, but I appreciate her. And sometimes I think, why did you say that? Because that was stupid. But she's like, Marjorie Taylor Greene said about the Super Bowl, Chris Stapleton sang the most beautiful national anthem at the Super Bowl, but we could have gone without the rest of the wokeness. Now, here's how Soledad O'Brien has decided to interpret this. Soledad O'Brien said, so, reporters, for many people, woke means black people, or more likely, a racist slur. So maybe do a better job in interviews when people talk about wokeness. Okay? Really? Is that what wokeness means? Is black people? By the way, the poll has ended. I'm ending the poll. 61% thinks Liza will back out of the censorship event. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised they withdrew her name from the event. So there you go. This is the type of things that Soledad O'Brien tweets on the regular. Now, some people are saying, oh, she's absolutely right. For example, the fact that Megs are offended by Soledad O'Brien's tweet. Actually, no, my post wasn't about you, but if the shoe fits, feel free to lace that bitch up and wear it. Well, I think it's just stupid because, when they're talking about trans ideology, I think people talk about wokeness. When they talk about political correctness, I think that's what people talk about wokeness. When they talk about a number of things, when they say, basically ultra liberal ideologies, is what they talk about wokeness. And so it does not mean no Soledad. It doesn't mean black people. Now, and I don't know what Marjorie Taylor Greene meant about the wokeness. I would have said even when they had the flyover at the Super Bowl and they had to make it a point that this is the first time that the flyover has been piloted by all women. I think she was talking about that part of the wokeness too. I think she was talking about now the other part. When woke, I normally think of white liberal women. Yes, see, I do too. But Soledad she's become one of those people who wants to racialize everything, right? Oh, and this person, these racist maggots, get it? MAGA, aren't very smart. They prove Soledad right so effortlessly. Notice the second slide with the R at the end. Now, what is she talking about? Did somebody throw an N-bomb out here? Oh, that's the other one. She said, yeah, recently I discovered some people use it as a synonym for the N-word. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. No, they don't, you fucking moron. And in fact, I would... Anyway. Why are you so angry? How you doing? That's a name, not me responding to these idiots on the internet. Okay, so anyway, she's race baiting, which is like she likes to do. And I don't, it's just stupid. It doesn't mean that to most people. It just usually means liberal. In fact, it does. Someone said liberal white women. Yeah, that's what it means to me. Liberal white women trying to be, trying to be inclusive and diversity, inclusive, and, like DEI people. They're woke people. All right, let's talk about the train crash in Ohio. I'm going to catch up on that a little bit. In illegal insurrection, basically nuked a town. EPA identifies 3 more dangerous chemicals on the train that derailed in Ohio. So at first, they thought it was just the vinyl chloride that was the problem on this train in Ohio when they decided to burn some of it off. Now they're finding out that there are other dangerous chemicals that were on that train. EPA identified 3 more dangerous chemicals on the train that derailed in East Palestine, Ohio. These chemicals are ethylene glycol, monobutyl ether. that's a mouthful. Ethylhexyl acrylate and isobutylene. Somebody in the chat probably knows what those mean. The agency already identified vinyl chloride. Almost 50 cars on the freight train derailed near the Pennsylvania line on February 3rd. The post-derailment fire spanned about the length of the derailed train cars. Michael Graham, a member of the National Transportation Safety Board, told reporters Saturday evening the fire has since reduced in intensity, but remains active as the 2 main tracks are still blocked. Norfolk Southern said 20 of the more than 100 cars were classified as carrying hazardous materials defined as cargo that could pose any kind of danger, including flammables, combustibles, or environmental risk. Graham said 14 cars carrying vinyl chloride were involved in the derailment and has been exposed to fire, and at least one is intermittently releasing the contents of the car through a pressure release device as designed. The residents evacuated but could return after the authorities burned the vinyl chloride in a controlled burn. Authorities tried to convince people the air was safe. However, residents remained weary because they never released full list of the chemicals on the train. They demanded more transparency. The biggest question remaining is what, if anything, is still being released from the site. First and foremost, Johns Hopkins. I always say that wrong. It's Johns Hopkins University. Environmental health professor Peter DiCarlo told the Washington Post, if there are still residual chemical emissions, then that still presents a danger for people in the area. Well, so we don't know what they're going to say about the new chemicals, but there's somebody named hazardous material expert Sil Caggiano told WXBN, we basically nuked a town with chemicals so we could get a railroad open. Caggiano also provided details about the chemicals. He says that ethylhexyl acrylate is especially worrisome. He says it's a carcinogen and contact with it can cause burning and irritation to the skin and eyes. Breathing it can irritate the nose and throat and cause coughing and shortness of breath. Isobutylene is also known to cause dizziness and drowsiness when inhaled. I was surprised when they quickly told people that they could go back home, but then said if they feel like they want their homes tested, they can have them tested. I would have far rather they did all the testing. which probably makes a little more sense, right? Caggiano says it's possible some of these chemicals could still be present in homes and on objects until you clean them thoroughly. That there's a lot of what ifs, and we're going to be looking at this string of 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line and wondering, gee, cancer clusters could pop up, well water could go bad. And then there was Pete Buttigieg. Now, that was going to be my point today. Here is Pete Buttigieg discussing or not discussing the Ohio train wreck. And as soon as this pops up, we'll go to Pete Buttigieg. And here, okay, let's stop. Wait. Let's make sure I got it going here. There we go. All right, here's Pete Buttigieg.
To work with your contractors, to work with your community colleges on building a workforce that reflects the community.
So
we have heard way too many stories from generations past of infrastructure where you got a neighborhood, often a neighborhood of color, that finally sees the project come to them, but everyone in the hard hats on that project looking like, doing the good paying jobs, don't look like they came from anywhere near the neighborhood.
Right.
You can build community wealth that will help close wealth gaps in this country if we can tear down those barriers. But that happens at the delivery level.
So Pete Buttigieg was speaking in front of somebody here, talking about about the need for more diversity in people who do construction projects. But he didn't answer any questions on the rail crash. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Transportation. Rail cars. Yeah. Anyway. Now, there is a thread that I'll put in the links, but I'm not going to go through it because it's fairly long, about the crash here by someone named Konekwa. And photos and videos and news reports about the train derailment and toxic chemical release in East Palestine, Ohio. This may be the largest environmental disaster in U.S. history. And if it is, how is it that, why isn't this top of the news everywhere? So there's a lot of people, a lot of TikTok videos and whatnot. But let's go over here. And right now animals are dying miles away from this particular chemical spill. So it's obviously not just affecting humans. It's affecting a lot of animals. The 50-car train went off the rails in East Palestine, Ohio, causing evacuation and health cares for people near the crash site. Some believe the derailment is causing far more ecological damage than the Biden administration is letting on. So here's some fast facts. The train was carrying numerous toxic chemicals, many of which spilled, causing massive fires. 5 cars contain chemicals that are deadly if inhaled. Everyone within a 1-mile radius of the crash site was forced to evacuate. A controlled burn was conducted to avoid further explosions. East Palestine firefighters now need new gear, including breathing apparatus, due to damage from exposure to the chemicals. And now, animals in proximity to the chemical spill nightmare are mysteriously dying. Really? Is it that mysterious? I don't know. A registered fox keeper, Taylor Holzer, who lives just outside of the evacuation zone, claims 2 of his foxes broke their legs trying to run from the derailment. Another got sick and died after the accident. Out of nowhere, he just started coughing really hard, just shut down. He had liquid diarrhea and just went very fast, says Holzer. All of his foxes have since become sick. He believes it's due to the chemicals in the air. That's probably not a bad hypothesis, I would say. And then a woman from North Lima, just over 10 miles away from the derailment, claims she could smell chemicals in the air. She believes the same substances killed all 6 of her chickens, 5 hens and 1 rooster. She said, "I'm beyond upset and quite panicked because of this. They may just be chicken, but their family..." Too much information. Okay, sorry. That was unnecessary. Stop! That was unnecessary. Anyway, the women claimed the chicken were fine until the controlled burn. Then she says, my video camera footage shows my chickens were perfectly fine before they started this burn. And as soon as they started the burn, my chickens slowed down and they died, the women told local news outlets. So probably not a bad, like I said, not a bad hypothesis. And there's a lot of people slamming Pete Buttigieg, not just Republicans, although this article focuses on the Republicans, but also a congresswoman from my state, who I usually, give a lot of heck to. Ilhan Omar is also, and a group of Democrats are wanting to talk to Pete Buttigieg about this. This should be one that everyone should be on board with, and hearing from Pete Buttigieg. Anyway, Republican lawmakers criticized Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg for his response to the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, which marks the most recent of several high-profile infrastructure disasters during his 2-year tenure. The derailment, which occurred February 3rd, caused a fire that lasted several days, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'll skip that. Buttigieg appeared at the National Association of Counties Conference on Monday to discuss matters such as racial equity. When you hear the word equity, what do you do, class? That's right, run. In the construction sector. He soon faced pressure from several Republican officials who said Buttigieg has failed to address the crisis. Quote, Lauren Boebert. I giggle every time I think about her saying anything. But anyway, she's just not, okay, never mind. Pete Buttigieg has finally emerged today. Not a single comment about the train crash in Ohio, Lauren Boebert said on social media. Instead, he bemoaned the whiteness of the construction industry. It's a miracle that this country is able to function at all under this regime. Representative Paulina Luna, Republican from Florida, said the official should be questioned by lawmakers, while Representative Lance Gooden from Texas likewise claimed that Buttigieg hasn't said a word on the ecological disaster for more than 9 days after the crash occurred. Norfolk Southern, the company responsible for the derailment, provided the EPA with a list of cars affected by the incident and the substances they were carrying beyond vinyl chloride, toxic industrial chemicals such as ethylene glycol, monobutyl ether, that's too many words for one chemical, and ethyl hexyl acrylate were spilled at the site. So anyway, and then, Buttigieg is having problems because, they claim that he faced heat from commentators who asserted that the Biden administration hired him because of his self-identification as a homosexual rather than his expertise in infrastructure policy. It's kind of a theme in the Biden administration, isn't it? Anyway, and that the fact he took a leave of absence during the supply chain crisis. So anyway, Mayor Pete is not impressing a whole lot of people. Also, J.D. Vance called for answers after the Ohio train derailment, and he notes, and he's a senator from Ohio. And this basically goes over the same information. So anyway, lots of lawmakers are not happy with Mayor Pete. And then Tucker Carlson rips the entire administration over their lack of concern. Here's Tucker Carlson. Oh, this is 14 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'll tell you what. I'll just leave it in the links. By the way, if you're new here or, don't listen to me every time I say something, I'll say it again. All these articles, links, tweets, video, everything I do during the show, during the outro, the end of the show, I put them all into a single link called a one-tab link. It'll be in the second paragraph of the description down below where I say everything we talked about is here. There's a link, one-tab link. You click the link. Every single article, video, tweet, whatever, will be listed on a single page so you can find them easily. You don't have to try to figure out what the hell I was reading or talking about when I did it. But even some TikTokers are concerned. This, for example, this former woke Zoomer goes wide awake. Now, this is interesting. I haven't seen this, but I wanted to be able to just to react to it live. Here, let's see. I'm going to make it a separate tweet, though. Hang on. Let's watch this Zoomer get true woke, I guess. Let's see.
I see so many people talking about the train derailment at East Palestine, Ohio. And all I'm going to ask is that if you do this, you get your facts right. I literally grew up right down the road from East Palestine. My old childhood best friend lives in the fucking town. My current best friend literally lives right next to the town.
Okay.
It is so much worse than what the media is telling any of us.
Uh-oh.
I'm getting reports from people that are down there right now that they're literally seeing schools of fish floating down streams, rivers, fucking dead. I got a video from my friend, okay? And she's like walking, dude. It's all fucking dead. All fucking dead. And on the top of the water is a really pretty chemical rainbow sheen. The chemicals are in the fucking water and they're lying to the rest of the country saying they're not. The water's been contaminated. The soil's been contaminated. The fucking air is contaminated. You literally are about to see some of the worst fucking health side effects coming out of people in that town. It's not even funny. And y'all want to know something even more fucked up? The restaurant that I work at in a whole different state had to donate food to them because we had people from the churches calling to tell us that Red Cross never fucking came, FEMA never fucking came, the environmental conservationists still have yet to fucking come, and nobody's fucking helping them. Meaning all of the fucking firefighters that were working get no food, have nothing to help them, nothing. Okay, all the people that were displaced have no food, water, a place to stay. None of that shit. It is so much worse than what they're telling you, and TikTok probably won't even let me post this video. But if this video gets posted, please save it and repost it everywhere you fucking can, because I'm telling y'all, they are covering this shit up.
Okay, quick question. And I'm not going to discount what she says, because does anybody here, can any of you come up with a reason why we're not hearing more about this? I mean, I'm sure we're going to. Is this a protect Biden operation? Is this a protect Buttigieg's operation because he was supposed to be next? He was your next guy, because you know they weren't going to rely on Kamala Harris to be next, and you know what I mean by next. The replacement for Joe Biden, or the is because I've been saying Joe Biden's going to be out the paint sometime this year, so Kamala can run 2 more times. Who is going to be if Joe Biden? Let's say my prediction comes true. Joe Biden's no longer president sometime during this year, and we have President Harris. Who do you think the Democratic establishment wanted to be the next vice president? Well, I'm going to say this Mayor Pete. He seems to be their golden boy. But this case, holy shnikes. You think he's the golden boy now? He's had just disaster after disaster as far as the transportation secretary, which should be a pretty benign job. But this one, oh boy, are they not? Is that why they're not talking about this? Is this Joe Biden's Katrina? Is this Joe Biden's, the scandals that they tried to pin on Trump? I don't know. Let's see what else this girl finished saying. Yeah. Oh, Cannon. By the way, good morning, Cannon Hotep. How you doing? Yes, I too am shocked this happened 10 days ago, because I really only started hearing about it this last weekend. That's crazy. This is a big damn deal. Let's finish to see what this girl has to say.
Covering this shit up because they don't want to get out how bad it actually was. This was not good. This was the worst fucking thing that's happened probably in the past 8 years.
Oh, wait, whoa, what? How many years? How many years did she say? The worst thing that happened in the last 8 years. I wonder how she came up with 8 years. Anyway.
Is basically unlivable now because of the fucking chemicals. and they're lying, telling civilians that it's safe, knowing damn well
What up,
because
Emmanuel
I
Presley?
took
How you doing?
chemistry and I know chemicals and I have this awesome fucking supercomputer in my hand. The side effects from breathing in those chemicals, they're covering shit up. They're covering shit up. They're covering shit up. But it's not surprising.
So, yeah, wow. Wow, good for her. Good for her. Maybe she, maybe her hair will start turning blonde or brown or whatever it was it is again, because she's tired of this shit. Anyway, all right, let's move on here, because I just want to get. Oh, I'm out of time, aren't I? Okay, well that's okay. There's a couple other things that I'll touch on, and then I'm going to go. Biden administration is now creating. Oh my gosh. The Biden administration orders the creation of an interagency team to investigate unidentified aerial phenomenon. They're going to start investigating UFOs. Since we've been shooting shit down. President Biden ordered U.S. officials on Monday to create an interagency team to investigate unidentified aerial phenomena after recently ordering military officials to shoot down 4 flying objects through North American airspace over the last 10 days. The president, though, through his national security advisor, has today directed the interagency team to study the broader policy implications for detection, analysis, and disposition, as meaning shoot their asses down, of unidentified aerial objects that pose either safety or security risks, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said during a White House press conference. The announcement from NORAD comes amid national security concerns after U.S. officials shot down 4 objects over North America this month, including a Chinese spy balloon off the coast of South Carolina and 3 similar objects in Alaska, Michigan, and Canada. Wait a minute. Those reports didn't say that the objects were similar to spy balloons. One of them was some octagonal thing. They didn't know what it was. They shot it into Lake Huron. Am I saying that right? Is it Huron? I know it's not. The H is kind of silent. It's more like a Y sound. Anyway, every element of the government will redouble their efforts to understand and mitigate these events. None of the 3 most recent American objects American forces shot down posed a threat, Kirby said. How do you know? How do you know they didn't pose the threat? And define threat. You don't think if they were spying on our nuclear arsenal that they are a threat? What do you mean they didn't pose a threat? You don't know. You don't even know what 3 of them were. One was the size of a Volkswagen, I guess. Adding that no signs of communication or maneuvering or had any propulsion capabilities had come from the objects. And then some of the senators are questioning them. So we're going to have an agency as if we've never had an agency trying to figure out what these unidentified, what do they call them? They shouldn't call them UFOs. They call them unidentified aerial phenomena. So UAPs. We're going to have a special interagency team to investigate UAPs. Also on that note, apparently the Chinese spy balloon debris sank to the bottom of the ocean. So they don't know if it's going to be recovered. Oh, shocker. There is no expected date as to when the Chinese balloon debris will be recovered from the Atlantic Ocean, White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said on Monday. We haven't fully recovered everything. We have recovered some things from the bottom of the Atlantic, and we are analyzing that. The U.S. military shot down the balloon February 4th after it had been hovering over the U.S. for several days. The balloon was downed off the coast of South Carolina, yada, yada, yada. How long is this? Let's see. Okay, that's the entire 1 hour press. That's the entire 1 hour press briefing in the article here. If you want to check that. What else is here? I'll just go through this real quick. Now, Beijing claims the Chinese have claimed that the U.S. has flown over 10 high altitude balloons in Chinese airspace the last year. It's also common for U.S. balloons to illegally enter airspace of other countries. The Chinese government claimed the U.S. has flown over 10 balloons over China since 2022, or in 2022. The Foreign Ministry spokesman, Wang Weitenbein, gave no details about the alleged U.S. balloons, how they had been dealt with, or whether they had government or military links. It is also common for the U.S. balloons to illegally enter the airspace of other countries, Wang said at a daily briefing. Since last year, the U.S. high-altitude balloons have illegally flown over China airspace more than 10 times without approval of the Chinese authorities. Sounds feasible, sounds plausible. I wouldn't be surprised. Look, U.S. and China are spy versus spy. That's all I got to say.
China is asshole.
Apparently, though, according to someone named, who is McCall? Michael McCall, the Foreign Affairs Committee chairman, apparently charged on Sunday that Chinese surveillance balloon shot down by the U.S. Air Force on February 4th went over 3 of our most sensitive nuclear sites on a mission to obtain intelligence on the U.S. nuclear capability in preparation for a potential future conflict over Taiwan. So that's that this one Republican is saying that in appearances on Fox News Sunday Morning Futures and CBS Face the Nation. McCall said the Chinese balloon's route across the U.S. had taken it close to the Malmstrom Air Force Base in central Montana, the U.S. Strategic Command near Omaha, Nebraska, and Whiteman Air Force Base in central Missouri. Malmstrom AFB is one of 3 across the Great Plains where silo-based Minuteman III intercontinental missiles are housed. Whiteman AFB is the home base of the U.S. Air Force 20 B-2 Spirit strategic stealth bombers. Sorry, that's a tongue twister. And USS Stratcom has operational command and control of the nation's global strategic forces. McCall said the base in Nebraska is so sensitive that President Bush was taken there after 9/11. Well, look, the Strategic Air Command in Bellevue, Nebraska, which is just south of where I grew up, that is where they used to have the Flying Fortress, and they also used to have the that's where they used to have, there's like a plane that they would bring the president to, and then if they had a nuclear war, they'd take him up a plane that'd be able to fly for days and days, I guess. Yeah, that was used to be. Now they've removed some of the function of the Strategic Air Command over the last 20 years, but there's still some sensitive shit there. So anyway, he says that they're flying over all these sensitive sites. Well, is anybody shocked by that premise? Now, this is the last one I'm going to finish with, because apparently the White House mocks reporters' concern over alien aircraft. Here is Latrine Jean-Pierre speaking about the just you can watch.
I just wanted to make sure we address this from the White House. I know there have been questions and concerns about this, but there is no indication of aliens or extraterrestrial activity with these recent takedowns. Again, there is no indication of aliens or terrestrial activity with these recent takedowns. Wanted to make sure that the American people knew that, all of you knew that, and it was important for us to say that from here because we've been hearing a lot about it. I'm not.
Would you tell us?
I'm just, I loved E.T., the movie, but I'm just going to leave it there.
Laugh. And now, got those ratings. He's going to have a...
What? Okay, so she's mocking people for their concerns. Good for her. Isn't she special? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for me today. I got to go, but thank you for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. Hit the like button, share the stream, put a comment in the comment section if you're watching on replay, and you can sponsor the show 24 hours a day at pdognight.live. And thank you to our sponsors today, Chicago Mike and Jimmy Das Hotep. Jimmy Das Hotep, you are the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. I will be updating the links to the links during the outro, which is coming up shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. My name is P Dog Knight, and I'm out of here. Goodbye. Have a great day. Thank you. Hey, this is P Dog Knight, and thanks for watching today on the P Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.